और अब आपको बताएं कि मैं पाकिस्तान जाना चाहता हूं। मालूम नहीं ट्रंप पाकिस्तान के साथ कैसे ताल्लुकात रखेंगे, लेकिन कांग्रेस मुस्बत कोशिशें जारी रखेगी। डेमोक्रेट्स के रुकन ऐवान नुमाइंदगान टॉम सुआजी का बोल के एंकर आदिल अब्बासी को खुसूसी इंटरव्यू। न्यूयॉर्क में बातचीत करते हुए कहा कि पाकिस्तान और अमरीका के पुराने ताल्लुकात हैं, इनमें नशेबो फराज आए, लेकिन हमेशा दोनों ममालिक एक दूसरे के लिए लाजिम व मलजूम रहे। उन्होंने कहा, मेरा हदफ दोनों ममालिक के ताल्लुकात को आगे बढ़ाना है।
We have with us Honorable Democratic Leader Tom Suozzi, who's not just a prominent figure, political figure in America, but he has been a great friend of Pakistan as well. And we are going to discuss long-range issues like diplomatic ties between US and Pakistan, business community, Pakistani community, future of this relationship, and how we're going to see next 4 years of next American President Donald J. Trump. Tom Suozzi, thank you so much for giving your precious time. I know you are too busy, but even then you have given your precious time. And I still remember, let me remind you before asking a question, that I met you first in 2019 in Capitol Hill building. So it was a wonderful experience. I found you speaking few Urdu words, and I believe you have learned more words now, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't test me. I don't want you to test me, but I want to say thank you as well. Shukriya. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Pleasure. Pleasure is all mine. Let me ask you my first question. You know, the US-Pakistan have a long, complex relationship and history. So what new steps is the US and Pakistani caucus taking to deepen diplomatic ties further?
Well, like you said, it's a long relationship, and it's been complicated over the years.
True.
Some years have been so strong and so positive, and other years have been down points as well. And my goal is to try and rebuild the relationship between the United States and Pakistan. And I can't tell you what President Trump is going to do, but I know that I, along with members of Congress, want to work together to try and build the relationship with the US and Pakistan.
So if I would ask you that what kind of steps you are going to take or you have taken already to rebuild the trust between these two countries?
Well, I've already met with the Pakistani ambassador to the United States several times. I've met with many community groups here in the United States of America. I wanted to travel to Pakistan actually over the new year, but the trip was canceled because my Republican counterpart couldn't make it. So I'm gonna go back to Pakistan. I went to Pakistan in 2022, right after the floods. As a matter of fact, I was one of the first U.S. officials, along with Sheila Jackson Lee, who recently passed away, and one other member of Congress, Al Green, right after the floods, to tour the country. And it was devastating. It was so awful to see the flooding. But we were happy that we could announce some funding from the United States at that time. I want to go back to Pakistan, number one. Number two, I want to hold a conference in Washington, D.C., where I bring together leaders from Pakistan, leaders from the United States of America, the State Department, USAID, the Ambassador's Office, to talk about what's the history of Pakistan and the United States, what's the current status, and what's our vision for the future. And one of the big things I hear people talk about the most is the need for economic investment by US companies into Pakistan. And I'd love to talk to you about that a little bit.
Yeah, I would love to ask that question. It is one of my questions. It's already in the list, in the queue. May I ask you, how do you see the relationship between US and Pakistan under Donald J. Trump's presidency?
You never know what Trump's going to do, okay? So it's I don't think anybody who has the answer to that question and knows exactly what's going to happen should make a big investment in the stock market today, because they'll know exactly what's going to happen. But, you know, we've had our concerns with President Trump, with the Muslim ban that he did previously. And he sometimes, you know, tries to be a tough guy on things. And I don't know that he has a lot of experience with Pakistan. But I do know that he wants to build relations in the world, and he wants to see investment in the world. So let's hope that he and the people that surround him will work together to try and help us accomplish our common goal, which is to strengthen the relationship, because we would much rather see Pakistan get closer and closer to America instead of getting closer and closer to China, which is happening right now. And so Pakistan's a very important country. It's very strategically located in the world. It's in the middle of a lot of different things happening in the world. It's a nuclear power. It's got a huge population, a lot of young people in the population. And we don't see, I think, Pakistan advancing as much as it could be economically. And I think for Pakistan to advance economically, it has to change certain things to make it more attractive for foreign investment. You need the private sector to invest. And the private sector is only going to invest if they think that they can be successful, if they can be profitable, if it'll be a good investment, and they'll be able to get their money and make a profit and bring that money out.
Yeah, last time I got an opportunity to hear Donald Trump when he was president, and I saw him saying this, that Pakistanis are very hard workers, very strong people, and I really like Pakistani nation. And he was very much interested in that region. But after Afghanistan episode, do you really think that American administration's interest will be the same in that particular region, if I would ask you, particularly in Pakistan?
We have to work at it. I mean, the best ambassadors for Pakistan are the Pakistani Americans. So many Pakistani Americans are so well educated, are so successful. If you look at the American population as a whole, 60% of Americans do not graduate from college. Well, most Pakistanis who are here in the United States of America go to college, graduate, and go on to be very successful people. And so there's tremendous talent. There is that sense of distrust after Osama bin Laden and Afghanistan, and people are concerned. We need to educate people that Pakistan's had to fight terrorism. They've suffered tremendously at the hands of terrorists. They want to stop terrorists as much as America wants to stop terrorists. And we need to work on building those personal relationships. We need the United States diaspora, the Pakistani diaspora in America, to help to facilitate the relationships between America and Pakistan.
Organizations like APEC, American Pakistani Advocacy Group, I've heard that they're doing a great job. So organizations like that can play any role in this whole process?
Very much so. APAC is doing a fantastic job, and they are helping to build the relationships between Pakistani Americans, Pakistani private sector, and helping to introduce people in Pakistan, as well as doing a lot of volunteer work here in America.
So you think that they are playing a vital role, very important role in this process. So there are other organizations also who are playing this important role in this process? I
mean, there's so many different organizations. The challenge is in the United States, our goal is to have a stable Pakistan that succeeds in the future. We don't want to see an unstable Pakistan. After all, they're a nuclear power, and they're located in this very important location, and they're very big, and they're very powerful, and they have a lot of natural resources and a lot of people. It's a very important place in the world. Plus, we have a lot of friends there. I personally have a lot of friends that are Pakistani Americans. So we want to see Pakistan succeed. I don't want to get involved in the internal politics of Pakistan. And you see a lot of people in America, a lot of Pakistani Americans, they're either with the government or they're with the opposition party. I can't understand the complexities of that. And I don't want to be involved in the complexities of that. What I want to do is build a relationship between the U.S. and the Pakistani government and get a private sector investment to increase in Pakistan so that the people in Pakistan can live better lives, be more productive, be more successful, and the United States can have better investments.
So when are we going to see you in Pakistan?
I think in the first half of this year is my goal. That's where I want to go. I'm very, very anxious. I want to go there.
So you intend to visit whole Pakistan or main cities or just Islamabad?
Well, I'll go to Islamabad, but I want to go other places as well. I actually want to go to the Cairo Pass, but don't tell everybody.
Also, it was a pleasant meeting with you. Thank you so much for giving your precious time.
सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल दबाएं ताकि कोई खबर रह न जाए।